Some scary stories are fiction, some are not. Here is 3 scary stories that actually happened. The Elevator Game. On January 26, 2013, Elisa Lam checked into the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles, a place with a dark, tangled history. She was 21, traveling alone, and blogging about her trip. Everything seemed normal. Until she disappeared. For 5 days, no one saw her. Her phone went unanswered. Her social media went quiet. Guests at the hotel began to complain about odd water pressure, strange taste, and brownish tap water. Then came the discovery. A maintenance worker climbed up to the roof to inspect the water tanks. When he opened the lid, he found Elisa's naked body floating inside. There was no clear explanation. The tanks were tall, sealed, and had no fixed ladder. No alarm had gone off. To get to them, you'd have to pass through a locked rooftop door or scale the side of the building. Security footage offered the only clue. One video, taken from the elevator, showed Elisa acting wrong. She pressed multiple floor buttons rapidly, hid in the corner, peered out into the hallway like someone was following her. Though no one was ever seen. She made strange hand gestures as if talking to something invisible. Then she stepped out and was never seen alive again. Conspiracy theories exploded. Some said she was having a mental health episode. Others pointed to the hotel's dark history, murders, suicides, serial killers who once stayed there. But some had a more chilling theory. Elisa was playing the elevator game, an urban legend said to originate in Korea. You press a specific sequence of floor buttons, 4, 2, 6, 2, 10, 5, and when you reach the 10th floor, a mysterious woman enters. You must not speak to her or look at her. Then, the elevator takes you to another world. If you don't do it just right, you don't come back. Whether or not she played the game, one thing is certain. No one knows how Elisa got onto that roof. No one knows why she was acting that way. And no one can explain how the lid was closed again after her body was inside.
Anyways, here is the second story. If you're enjoying, make sure to like and subscribe.
Voices in the Walls.
When the Andrews family moved into their new house in a quiet Massachusetts suburb, they thought it was a fresh start. The home was old but charming, tucked into a quiet neighborhood with plenty of space. It was perfect for a single dad and his 2 daughters, or so they thought. It began subtly. Tina, the older daughter, would find her jewelry moved, her makeup drawer open when she hadn't touched it. The family laughed it off at first. "You probably forgot," her dad would say. But then food started going missing from the fridge. Furniture seemed slightly out of place. One time the TV was on when no one remembered turning it on. One night, while Tina was home alone, she heard tapping, soft, deliberate knocks. Knock. 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 She froze. It was coming from inside the walls, near her closet. She stepped forward and whispered, "Hello?" There was silence. Then 3 more taps. Knock, 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 knock. She ran out of the room. Her father chalked it up to the old house settling, maybe squirrels in the attic. But Tina swore she heard whispers at night. Her little sister even said she saw someone standing in the hallway, someone who wasn't their dad. Then came the night that changed everything. They returned home from the grocery store to find the house trashed, furniture overturned, cabinets wide open, and on the living room wall in red lipstick were the words, "I'm still here. Come find me." Terrified, the family ran to a neighbor's and called the police. At first, nothing turned up, but days later an officer noticed something odd in the basement, a small panel behind a bookshelf. They opened it and found a narrow crawl space. Inside, curled in the dark, was a teenage boy. His name was Daniel LaPlante, a local 16-year-old who had been living in the walls of their home for weeks. He'd carved tunnels through the wall insulation, watching the family, stealing food, writing notes, and even wearing the deceased mother's clothes. He'd been communicating with them by tapping on walls and speaking through vents. He didn't want to rob them. He wanted to become part of the family.
And now for the third and final story.
The Man in the Back Seat. It was nearly midnight when Mary, a waitress from Kalamazoo, ended her shift and headed to her car in the dimly lit parking lot. The diner had emptied hours earlier. The streets were dead. As she pulled onto the road, she noticed a large truck pull out from a nearby gas station and begin following her. She kept driving. A few minutes later, the truck blared its horn. The lights behind her car flashed high beams repeatedly. She sped up, panicked. Was she being followed? The truck kept coming, honking, flashing, swerving. Then she saw it. The truck was trying to force her off the road. She slammed the brakes and pulled into a gas station, throwing her door open and running inside, screaming for help. The truck screeched in beside her. The truck driver jumped out, hands raised. "Lady," he shouted, "I'm not trying to hurt you. There's someone in your back seat." Police arrived minutes later. They opened her car, and there he was. A man with a knife, crouched on the floor behind the driver's seat, waiting for her to be distracted enough to strike. She never saw him get in. No one did. The truck driver had spotted the silhouette rising behind her every time she passed under a streetlight, and had been trying to warn her. The man was arrested. Mary was shaken, but alive. And the lessons spread like wildfire. Always check your back seat. Some say it was a one-time event. Others claim it happens more often than we know. And not everyone has a truck driver watching out for them. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a comment and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.